shout out to Electro Jet. Shout out Puerto Rico, you would think that boy Camacho. All I really do is rap, I don't sing no high notes. Every Sunday, gotta check the aftermath. Make sure you hit the like button with a jab. You would think it's Cotto versus Paulie Brody whipped his ass. Lil' bro punching shit like it's everlast. Taking L's to the chin, your shit made of glass. Shea Stadium Jet seen an Ollie Norton fight. He witnessed Ollie take a loss. He seen Loma versus Haney, Devin shoulda lost too. Man, it is what it is, it ain't nothing we can do. They can copy shit, no this ain't no 3D printer. Once I'm done with this track, I'll probably eat some dinner. Electro been on YouTube since the beginning. On the YTBC, man, this shit never ended. Bitch, my bars hot like this shit Albuquerque. Bitch say so fly as hell, but no, I ain't no birdie. Electro from NYC, don't know about New Jersey. Shout out to the tavern, bitch, we on it bright and early. Shout out to this white cake. Once again, Lomachenko beat the fuck out of Devin Haney. They probably want a part 2 shit, I'm like maybe. Back to this rap shit, I've been chillin' lately. Brody whip his ass, call him Felix Trinidad. Yeah, you hear this track, bitch, I'm really in my bag. Nah, Brody whip his ass like he Carlos Ortiz. Cooking up this intro, man, I'm doing it with ease. Subscribe to the channel, Jed, almost at 1,000. KO the sub button like it's Mike Tyson. Gotta grow the channel, have it bigger than a bison. All off the top, you know me, I ain't right. G-Bells on the beat. One more time, Devin versus Loma was a masterclass.
All right, let's talk about this. Let us talk about this. So, my prediction was right. I said that Inoue would win between round 7 and 8, and that it would be from TKO, body shot, but it was actually a headshot because Inoue was working the body for the first 6 rounds, 6 or 7 rounds, and then Fulton started putting his hands down, covering his body because that shit was hurting. That being said, Inoue fucking clocked him, and we got a TKO round 8, and that's that. Now, I'm not gonna go for any of this bullshit. If anyone's gonna come in here with any kind of glove gate, rap gate, fucking any kind of fucking LDBC gate, it's not gonna happen. This is not the fucking channel. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But if you want to come up here and talk about it, I'm gonna put the link up as soon as we get a few more people in here. But that's right. What's up, Brian? How you doing? Hold on, Brian. Here you go. You're more than welcome to come up here. We're going to talk about this because I am going to tell everybody that was a master class. All right, that's what happened. That was a master class. Welcome, Brian Harkin, to the house.
Yo,
Brian Harkin, what is up? We watched the fight together. What did you think?
I thought Inoue boxed beautifully. I thought his timing was good. His footwork was good. Not bad. Not bad for a Japanese bum, right?
Not bad for a Japanese hype job.
Right? Not.
Yeah, I thought he did good for a hype job.
Yeah. But not on a serious note. I thought he boxed. I thought Inoue boxed well. Fulton after the set, he looked outclassed. He looked like
Bruce Gas in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Yo, what up, Bruce? How you doing, bro? I thought he controlled the range. I thought he controlled the distance. I thought he controlled the pace of the fight. His in and out movement was very good. Fulton didn't try to do. Fulton just didn't know what to do in there.
Fulton
right?
didn't have a chance. I don't think Inoue was giving him a chance to do anything.
Yeah.
It was a master class. There was one round. I only got one round that was close. I called it the swing round. It was round number 5.
I give it to Fulton, but the rest of the rounds I had Inoue winning cleanly. I thought, he started off very quick. He was putting punches together, utilizing his jab. He was going to the body, coming up to the head. He was disguising punches very well.
What's up, Naz? Good morning, brother. How you doing?
His movement. His movement was great.
What's up,
I
Moon Boots? How you doing? Yeah,
yeah,
no, you're right. I agree with you. We saw the same fight. We call in the same things, and I gotta say, man, I can't say it any better. Inoue demonstrated a masterclass in boxing.
yeah,
Not only can this guy punch hard, but he showed total skill.
and
Total
discipline.
skill.
How
Yes,
often
and discipline.
how often do you hear me talk about, right, discipline, right? And I put that on fighters like Bevo. I said he's very disciplined in the ring. He doesn't make mistakes. I knew he's
Exactly.
the same. I knew he's more likely to make a mistake, right? But he's got that dog in him. When he does make, he wants to punish you for that, right? But he's a bit like Bud Crawford in that way. When he does get hit, he wants to
Let, let,
retaliate.
let
But
me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you Fulton's reaction when he got into round 8.
What the fuck?
yeah, that. Yeah. But, but we're at this point now, right, where Fulton's just controlling, or I knew he's just controlled Fulton's mindset from the very first bell to the very, to that knockout, that punch, right, that first punch to set everything off.
Mhm.
He jabbed to the body. Fulton dropped his hands, right, and he came over the top
Hey, dude,
and he
what,
went right through the
Brian,
target.
Brian, please let these people know what I predicted. You was there.
If round KO.
How did I say this fight was gonna go? Because
He said
I know I told you exactly how this fight
he
was gonna
said he said this round was going to be. He said I knew he's going to knock him out in the eighth round, and he's been saying that now for a few days, right? On panels I've been on with you,
Yep.
you've been saying he's going to stop me in the eighth round. He did that, right? I fought later. I was counting on not the boxing skill of Fulton, right? But I was counting on his chin maybe to carry him on to the later rounds, maybe 10th or 11th round, right? And I thought maybe I knew he would knock him out. But still, right? Fulton just was outclassed. I've been in the ring with guys who are beating the living shit out of me, right? And I didn't know what to do. Everything I tried failed, right? And I've been in there frustrated, and that mentally tires you out. Inoue is a bad motherfucker.
I gotta agree with you there, man. I gotta agree
He's a,
with you 100%.
you know,
My big thing is this. This is what I was saying all week. All week. This was my words all week. I said, Nui is going to work the body. He's gonna work the body up until round 7, 8, and then I thought it was gonna be a body shot.
yeah,
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be a body shot that takes Fulton out. But because he was working the body from round 1,
yeah.
that what surprised me is Inui came out from round 1 working the body.
And you can see Fulton's hands dropping, right?
Yeah.
Fulton's
Round
hands,
7, Fulton's hand was down to his side,
yeah,
covering his body because he
yeah.
was
He was
taking a lot of
he
body.
was hurt. But that right, they're showing the 1-2 here, right? The first shot that got it off, he went through the target, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's how you
That's how you
throw a
punch,
punch,
man. That's how
ladies
you
and
throw a
gentlemen,
punch.
right? That's how you go through the target. I always say it, right? Don't hit the target. Go through the fucking target. And this guy, this guy was the best, right?
I
Prior
got it.
to Inoue stepping up,
I got
this
a
guy was the
special,
best 122 pounder in the world.
Brian. I
Prior,
got a special. I got something special for Fulton. 1 second.
Hello. I'm here to tell you about a revolutionary new product called Cumdon. What exactly is Cumdon? Well, Cumdon is an ancient Indian herbal and well-being tonic. Reformulated and tested for safety by NASA astronauts, I think it's safe to say there's never been a better time to get Cumdon. But don't take my word for it.
Getting Cumdon makes you smarter. It makes you faster, it makes you lose weight, it makes you more aggressive. When I started getting Cumdon, I got a promotion right away. People knew there was something different about me. They're like, Matt, what's different about you? I'm like, well, I just got Cumdon.
It changed my life. once I got cummed on, I got not one boyfriend, like 6 boyfriends, because they knew how much I loved getting cum.
Even need to let the. I don't even need to let it finish.
Yeah.
Fulton got come down today, and I think that he's going to use that product for the rest of the year. He'll be using
Yeah.
come down. The
Uh,
the the uh the come down that Inoue so kindly gave him.
yeah.
That means
Right. Here's the thing, right? It was beautiful. Like, it was beautiful to watch. Um, a master at his craft, right? And I don't use those words lightly, right? I always say he's a good fighter, right? Um, Inoue is a master at his craft, and his craft is boxing. And to tap it off, he's got a bit of power that goes with it, right. He stepped up to the best 122 pounder. He didn't
Mhm.
even he didn't even dip a toe into the division
Nope.
prior to this fight, right? He goes, I'm the king of 118. I'm moving up to 122. Who's up there, right? I want the best fighter at
And, it,
122
and
pounds.
that's and
And he
that's what
went,
he
he
did.
fought him, and he made him look like an amateur.
So let
He
me
made
ask
him.
you a question. Let me ask you a question. Does he clean house or does he move up again?
I, I think he can do. I think he can do whatever he wants to do.
I know, but what do you think he's gonna do? Because I think he's gonna clean
Um,
house.
I think he wants to. I think he wants to become undisputed in two divisions.
I think he's gonna clean house. I think he's gonna get. I think he's gonna get undisputed.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna do it this weight class. And if he keeps going on like this, I wouldn't doubt if he goes for a third weight class. But yeah, I think he's gonna clear out his division right now, and he's gonna get undisputed. I have no doubt. He's right now in my top 5 pound for pound. Right now,
Uh,
he's in my top 5 pound for pound.
well, right now, just due to the fact that my guy, my number one, hasn't fought in a while, and he's got a fight coming up with Daniel Dubois, who I don't really rate. Right, he was my
Mhm.
number one prior to this. Right now, he's my number one, and I'll tell you why. He moved up and he fought the best guy in the division, and he made him look like an amateur. So right now, he's my number one pound for pound until Inoue fights. Right, Inoue hasn't fought near enough a year. So until Inoue or until Usyk, I meant to say, fights, right, and beats Daniel Dubois, which I don't rate. Right, I picked Thing to beat him. Right, I picked that big guy to beat him. What's his name? The guy who fought the New Zealander guy.
Man, you know me. I'm not gonna. Don't put me on the spot. I will never remember a name when you put me on the spot.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. We watched the boxing match with LT. LT was excited. LT was screaming shit out. We was like, I never heard a Mexican scream so loud unless it was for Canelo. This motherfucker was screaming. LT was having fun with this fight. See that motherfucker, LT. You almost left. You almost left and went to bed, motherfucker. We told you this was gonna be a. We told you this was gonna be a good fight. What's up, Ralph? Unreal in the house. How you
Yo,
doing, man?
Ralph, how you doing? LT, hope you're doing well, bros. This was a sensational
It was. It was.
performance.
It
It
was.
was a, it was a sensational performance, right? And the one thing too, right? I have to say about Inoue, he just looks so calm and
Dude,
cold,
yeah. Dude, he was stone cold, man. He's like,
stone
his
cold.
face was emotionless.
Yeah, he right. He fights like Beaver, right? Emotionless, right? Like, he's so calm. He's so cool. Beaver's the same. Um, right. Those are the two fighters, right? I would hate to play cards with.
Yeah,
I'd hate to play poker with, because you can't read those motherfuckers. Right? You
I
just can't read
know,
those two.
man. I know.
Um, but it comes down to just being, just come down to um like class, right? We talk about levels in boxing. Inoue, you can say a generational talent. I think he is. I do think he's special. Every time I see him, I'm more impressed. I like what he does. People are going to call this guy a hype job. I have never called him a hype job. I always said
No, no.
if he
I
was
can't believe
young.
it. Honestly, I can't
Yeah,
believe they were calling him a hype job.
yeah, yeah.
I can't believe that,
I think,
people were actually falling for this bullshit, and I don't get it. This is why I don't care where the boxer comes from. I don't. I
yeah.
don't care if you come from the UK. I don't care if you come from Japan,
You're,
China. I don't care where you come from. With
I,
me, boxing is boxing. There's no flags on boxing for me.
I'm
There's
watching.
no.
I'm watching Sky Sports News right now. Right, and breaking news. Naoya Inoue stopped Stephen Fulton in the eighth round.
That's right.
Right. So yeah, even in, or it says Japanese fighter Stephen Fulton stops Naoya Inoue in the eighth round. Right.
Wait. Japanese fighter Stephen Fulton.
Or no, it's Japanese fighter Naoya Inoue stopped Stephen Fulton in the eighth round. Sorry for getting that wrong. But um, like even Sky is promoting this. Right. Um, so this is a big deal worldwide, right? No matter what you think, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I know some people are working. I know it's fucking. Um, I know a lot of people probably won't see this fight that wanted to see this fight. I implore you, if you want to see a technical masterclass, I will find you links. If you can find a way to get in contact with me, I'll get you links, and you can watch. You can watch the, what do you call it? You can watch the replay.
There you go. I
I'll
want to
get
say,
I'll get
Shane,
anyone links who wants to see it.
let me say thank you for the subscription, Shane Watts. I subscribed to you as well. I checked out your channel real quick. Thank you for that, and I just gave you mods, so no one picks on you or fucks with you in the channel. So yeah, just don't abuse anybody, please. Just be nice. If people talk shit about me, please don't silence them or anything. That's fine. They can say anything about me all day. I don't give a fuck. All right, but
Yeah,
if you feel they pick on you, then you could use shit against them if they don't have mine. But yeah, thank you for the sub. I am gonna say I want to continue on. I want to continue down this whole narrative that's going down, and me and you, Brian, we got to discuss it. We got to talk about this. USA versus everybody else. How much bull? Are you being from Ireland? You being from Ireland? How tired are you getting, uh, if at all, of all this USA
yeah.
hype and these
All right.
USA fans?
Let's
You know,
go
just
here. Let's go with a narrative of it, right? U.S. supporters of boxers don't watch anything outside of the U.S. So they don't. The majority of them, right? So their narrative is, we're the best. The only time they ever see them is when a foreigner fighter goes into their territory and fights, right? That's that's the only time they see a guy, right? When they fight a top guy,
mm,
uh, right? So they don't watch cards from England. They don't watch cards from other, what do you call it? From countries around the world, from France, from Italy, from Germany, from Japan. They don't sit down and watch these cards. Russia. We've watched a few Russian cards. But
I watch Russian cards because of you and Mark.
yeah,
I know I found out about Inoue and Onito Donaire because of you and Mark.
yeah,
Actually, Mark more so when it came to Donaire, you know,
yeah,
and then I became a fanboy of Donaire and stuff like that. But I would never put him above boxing.
yeah,
I would never do that, and that's the problem here. You
yeah,
have so many fans, so many U.S. fans that put boxers above boxing. And
Yeah,
that shit, that is not real fans.
yeah,
That is fair weather fans. That is casual fans. That is not a true boxing fan. You
yeah,
never put the boxer over boxing.
yeah.
Never.
Like we talk about this all the time, right?
Yeah,
Fanboys,
we do.
right? Fanboys for boxers. Some of these guys are crazy. Let's simplify this. They're crazy. They're not right in their head. There's something wrong with them. If their boxer loses, right? Um, if their bo- if their boxer wins, they're so I told you, blah blah blah, bullshit. He's gonna beat this guy. He's gonna beat everyone. When he loses, they have a meltdown. I will never have a meltdown over a fighter, right? I may say, right, like just say like, what's his name, Loma. I
Yeah,
thought he won. I thought he won. That was a genuine, the Loma Devon. That was genuine for me. It was not like because I actually picked Devon prior to the fight to win.
right.
I picked him on my I
I
picked him on my
remember.
Champ Ross
I remember
predictions.
when we talked about it. I remember you talked about it. You were very honest about it,
Yeah, right.
and you thought Devin would win. I
I
got
thought
that.
Devon would. I wanted Loma to win, but my head said Devon. So I'm the type of guy I always go with my head, right? When I do a pick, right? But just in general on that, right? I honestly thought Loma won that fight. So I was very vocal about you, right? And it was for undisputed as well. So I thought that decision was more important than maybe some other fights, and maybe I'm wrong for that. But that's why I thought getting the right decision at that moment was important for boxing because we're looking to keep up the integrity of the sport, right?
Exactly.
And you know the integrity of the sport when there's a lot of faces watching, when there's a lot of people watching, you want the integrity of the sport to show off more than maybe when like two guys that nobody barely knows is watching, right? Um, I know that's wrong, but for me, that was a big moment, and they got it wrong. The judges, right? That's not me saying, I'm a type of Loma fanboy, but here's the thing, right? You know me. If I thought Devin Haney would have won that fight and he would have won it clean, I would have come out and said Devin Haney won.
No, I know you would have. I know
You know,
you would.
no, there would have been no excuses on that.
But you just touched on something. Let's go there. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go there because we have a huge fight coming up this weekend. All
Yes.
right. We have a huge fight coming up this weekend, and both boxers have to work. Not
Yeah.
just about the boxer that's going to be a run across the ring from them, but they're going to have to worry about how the judges are going.
Yeah.
Because right now, judges are not looking too popular right now, especially with what went on this past weekend.
Yeah. Maxie. I'm sorry for Maxie Hughes.
Yeah, I feel bad for
I,
Maxie Hughes as
I
well
feel
because
bad.
Maxie Hughes won that fight by a long shot, and
Yeah.
they spoon fed that to George Cambosis Jr. and he did not deserve that win whatsoever. He didn't come close to winning. I
Yeah.
barely gave him if that I barely gave him 3 rounds. I most definitely gave him 2 rounds, but the
Yeah.
third round was more like a gift.
Yeah.
They gave him the win over the fight as a gift, and that was unmitigated bull caca. That being said, who's kissing whose ass in the Crawford Spence fight? Because I really do believe that fight needs to end in a stoppage so that there's no doubt who wins.
Yeah.
Now,
I
in my pick. Hold on a second. Let me get this off. In my pick, I said that Crawford would win, and it would be by late stoppage. I
Yeah.
said I've been saying it'd be around 9 or 10 that Crawford gets the win. But that's how Now, don't get me wrong. I have Crawford winning by a cunt hair. Seriously, that's the closest thing to a 50-50 fight you can get.
Yeah.
I personally have Crawford winning by a cunt hair, but I'm gonna tell you right now, both these fighters have to think about it. Do you want to take a chance and win by decision? You might just have to put that much more effort into the fight because the way the judging's been going, I don't know who's got who in what pocket, but if you don't want that shit, in my opinion, you don't want that shit going to the fucking judges. The judges are not reliable right now.
Yeah, 100% agree. Uh, there is a rematch clause in this fight. They might not want this fight stopped for whatever reason, right?
Keep it going because I got to turn on the air conditioner.
No worries, EJ. They might not want that fight stopped for any reason whatsoever. They do want the rematch. They want it to be a competitive fight. I've always said if it does go to the scorecards, Earl all day long. And generally, I reason why I pick Earl is because he's a PBC fighter. Bud Crawford's out here on his own, right? Right. He doesn't really have any promotional company. He's out here on his own. And Errol Spence Jr. is right now the crown. He's the crown king of the PBC, right? Him and Tank Davis, right? Whichever way you want to go, him or Earl are the two crown kings, right? Whichever way you want to go, right? More likely, Tank will get arrested. Earl will crash something, right, in the next 6 to 7 months. No, but a serious note, right? These two guys, it is going. If it does go to the judges, I do not think Bud. And here's the thing, right? Always the integrity of the sport. If it does go to the judges, what I want to see personally happen, if Earl fucking wins and 99% of the people says he wins that fight, you're always going to get some people who says he won't or he didn't win,
Yeah.
right? You're always going to get them, right? But if the majority of people thinks, I want the right guy to win.
That's all I want.
That's
That's all I want. I want the right person to win. I want the true winner to get the fucking win.
yeah,
I don't have a dog in this fight whatsoever. I do not have a dog in this fight. I really don't care who wins. But when I make a pick, I make it on, I judge it on their last few fights,
yeah,
how they fought, what kind of record they have. All these things matter to me when I make a pick.
yeah.
And when I made my pick and I picked Crawford, but I'm telling you, you couldn't get closer to a 50-50 fight than this fight.
Yeah.
So
Errol Spence
it's a toss up who wins. To be
yeah,
completely honest.
Earl Spence's biggest problem right now is the fact that he's basically been out of the ring for around 18 months in activity. That's his
Has it been
that's his
18 months? Has it? I don't
been
think it's
around.
been.
Yeah, let me see. It was December last year, wasn't it? Something or December last year or
Yeah,
December the year.
no, it
It
was
was
December last year.
yeah. It was what do you call it? It was what's his name? Ugas.
Yeah, let me see. When was that fight?
Yeah.
Let me
Uh,
look at it.
something when the fight happens, I think it's something like 18 months, something like that.
What's up, IB? IB is in the house.
Yo, what up, IB? How you doing, man? Um, yeah, I think inactivity though is Earl Spencer Jr.'s biggest problem going into the fight. Um, he looked a little bit when I saw them in the presser. He looked a little bit bloated, a little bit over. He looked a little bit big. So if this is a fat camp, that's another problem. Bud's coming into it. He always looks like in fight shit, right? He doesn't. He lives the life of a boxer, and in the ring, out of the ring. You know, he always looks like he's in shape, ready to go. He's not the biggest 135 pounder as well, so it's easier for him to make weight. In that respect, right? Earl's been fighting this problem though for 10 years. You always think Earl's going to move up, and he never does. After
Yeah,
the
his last fight was against Ugas, and it was last year. It was in April? Oh, so it has been a bit.
Yeah,
It has been
April,
a bit.
May, June, July. When was the fight? August something.
No, the fight was 4/16.
Okay, so it's April, right? So the fights this weekend. We're in July now.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
wow,
about 14 months. It's about 14 months.
that is a while. So yeah,
You know,
he's a bit rusty. Let's see when Crawford's last fight was.
December last year, because remember he had a
Abanesian.
Abenesian.
Yep.
Yeah, so he wanted to fight in between,
So
just to
yeah,
keep
so
him a little bit sharp.
I guess that's another thing that Earl got to deal with is ring rust.
Yeah. So not only that, right? We know how Earl's going to fight. He's got a good jab. He's got a come forward engine. He works hard. He outworks guys. He's got a bit of power. I wouldn't say knockout power, right? But accumulation power. He just outworks guys, right? He's a fake train. He's very calm too in the ring. He doesn't make many mistakes. But he's just a calm fighter. Um, right. We know what Bud's like. Switch hitting, beautiful movement, beautiful timing, set straps, got power in both hands. Right. He's not as an he's not as an as uh, why
Active.
can I not say that? He's not as active as say that as active as Inoue. Just say right when he throws punches. But yet again, right? What did I say about Inoue? Inoue's very efficient.
Yeah, no, I knew he picks and chooses his
Yeah,
punches, and he's like a
Bud's the same.
he's like a predator in the ring.
Yeah, yeah,
He's gonna stalk his victim until he eats. He's
yeah,
gonna stalk and stalk and stalk until he fucking takes that bite,
yeah.
and that's it.
And Inoue's the same.
But
Or
here's
Bud's the same. I mean, Bud's the same, right? You know, so and they both have the same thing, right? When they get hit, they want to get the get back right away, right? Both guys, right? They got that little bit of dog in them, that little bit of, like, you hit me, I'm going to hit you back type thing, with mean intentions. Both guy Inoue and Fing both have that, right? Inoue and Bud. And I'm drawing a lot of comparisons here because that's what I just saw. These fights are very close to each other. We had a great fight already today. We're going into Saturday, Sunday morning for me. Saturday night, Sunday morning for me. And we got another great fight coming up. And not just that there, right? On the undercard, you get Nonito Donaire. What else do you freaking want, guys? Boxing's been cleaning house recently.
well the whole reason why I purchased this
With
weekend's pay per
Nonito,
view
yeah,
is because of Nonito, because
yeah,
I wasn't gonna pay for Spence Crawford, but I have my personal reasons.
yeah.
But I'm always gonna support a boxer that I'm a fan of.
Well, me and you,
And
me and you were on panels 3 years ago talking about this fight.
yeah,
You know, you know what I mean? Like so. Here, in 5 days time, 6 days for me, right? We're going to see that fight, EJ.
and I'm gonna tell you, there's gonna be a lot of either butthurt craw dogs or some butthurt aerosexuals. So
Yeah,
all I know is one side or the other is going to have a lot of pain, and the
I'm not.
other side is going to talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, and
And
I'm not.
I for one, don't give a fuck one way
Yeah,
or
I'm
another.
not gonna. I'm right. I'm picking Bud. Right. I always thought Bud would beat, but if Earl wins, right?
More power to him if he wins.
If Earl wins, good on him. I'm not here to downgrade anybody's accomplishments on here, right? Or I'll talk about their skill level, about their abilities. Yes, that's what I know. But I'll never downgrade someone's accomplishments just to make myself feel better about any situation. Like Earl's a great champion, great fighter, right? He's had trials and tribulations. He's gone through some tough shit out of the ring. He's come through that.
Let me let me
Some
let
of
me
it by his own doing, but
let me get a couple words in here because I want to bring something up. We have had a tremendous year in boxing. This year has been incredible as far as boxing goes. We have had some talent in the ring in the ring this year, but we've also had our fair share of controversy. I mean,
yes,
unbelievable controversy. We've had some bad judgment calls. We had some bad judge calls. We've had we've had a few bad referees in the ring. I can name two right off the bat. But
yep,
so with this wonderful boxing that we've been getting, Slide Tendencies, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? What do you think about the fight, brother? Yeah, what Slide's like, what a beatdown! That upward jab was like a thing of beauty.
yep, yep,
Yeah, it
yep.
was. But
Here,
let me
my
finish
man
up.
Don Key said that. He, my man. I think. What was it? A thing of beauty is a joy forever.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Remember though,
That movie.
um,
I love that movie.
I don't know if the majority of you understand how bad boxing is right now doing as far as with the general public, especially with the public in the United States.
It's turning casuals off, right?
It's not just that, but here's the thing: if you have a boxer, all right, and you're a fan of a particular boxer, then you have to at least show support for that boxer. I'm saying it straight out. I understand we have been getting fed a lot of bullshit fights, but this year we've been getting a bunch of good fights.
Yeah,
We have been getting a bunch of good fights. Now, I've been lucky enough to go and go. What's up, Matt Chat? Yeah, I've been lucky enough.
yeah,
I've been lucky enough to go to one of the most exciting fights this year. But
yeah,
uh, but if you love the sport of boxing, then please show support. Show your boxer some support. If they end up in a pay-per-view, fucking buy the fight. I'm not saying buy every fucking pay-per-view fight, but buy the boxer fight that you support. I think it's only right. I know that sounds like some cuck shit to say where you can get you can pirate it and you can stream it, yeah, I
yeah.
get that.
If
I understand it because we get way too many pay-per-views throughout the year.
yeah,
But at the very least support your boxer.
if they're
If
fighting
you're a if you're a true boxing fan, you're going to support your boxer.
if they're fighting a C D level class fighter, right? And your guy's A or B class on that level, choose and pick the fight because I understand how expensive, right? Buying the cost of living today, right? But if they're fighting someone in their own similar level or just someone
Yeah,
just
yeah.
below
I
them
mean,
or
yeah, pick
someone
and
that
choose your fights. Pick and
right?
choose your fights. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly right. You don't have to buy every single fight. Like you're not gonna buy Tank Davis versus what's his name
Fucking
uh,
Mario Barrio again. You know what
Mario
I mean?
Barrios, or I was going to go further in that. There, I was going to go the 126 pounder that moved up to fight him. He moved down to 130. Forget his name off the top of my head, right?
Yeah, don't even ask me because I won't
Uh,
know.
right. But and the only people who bought that fight was his extended family, Mexican. But no, for real, right? You can choose and pick the fights you want to buy. You don't have to buy every single fight. If they're fighting a good fighter, you think it's going to be a good fight, buy the fight, right? If you know, but boxing, like you're talking about screw jobs, right? You're talking about judges, bad referees. Imagine, imagine all the training a fighter does, right? And he goes in there, he does his job, he does it to the best of his ability. He clearly wins a fight, and judges says ain't good enough. Three judges go, all that hard work, all that sacrifice, all that everything you did for the last 3 months of your life cut off, right? Because You're not the fancy guy in this scenario. You're not the guy who'll make us more money in the long term, right? Or
Right.
whatever. This guy, we're setting this guy up to fight this guy later on. Well, whatever the scenario is, right? And sometimes it's just that, right? Like they're talking about Rolly Romero versus Ryan Garcia, for God fucking sake, right? Rolly didn't deserve anything from his last fight, and I was a big fan of 20 Weeks. 20 Weeks has been part of some of the greatest moments in boxing for me in the past 25 years as a referee, right? And he goes and does that shit, and I'm thinking to myself, you just sold yourself out, man, right? You were there. You were there when Jose Ramirez Diego Corrales fight one happened. You were the fucking referee for that fight, and you fucking did a great job in that fight. Like you were there for other great moments. I forget his fucking name. But there was other fights too where he was there, right? And I'm thinking to myself, he just sold himself out for what? You sold your reputation down the fucking toilet. Everything, every good fight, every good moment you were a part of, right? Was it genuine, or were you always on? Were you always on the tick? But talking about a fighter going through that, talking about training, a training camp, right? You go and you do your fucking job, right? You clearly want to fight, and three people tell you, no, you fucking didn't. Everything you sacrificed, fuck you, right? Basically, that's what they're doing. They're saying fuck you to the fighter, to his camp, to his training team, to his fucking family.
Not only that, they're saying fuck you to the fans.
Fuck you to the fans, right? Admit when I see robbery, and I'm not talking about a close fight 7-5 either way. I'm talking about robbery. I'm talking about 9-3, 8-2, or 10-2.
Yeah.
As opposed to the other fucking way. That's what I'm talking about, right? And they go, Maxie Hughes, right? Fuck you, you're not the fancy guy here. Cambosis is a bigger name. He gets the win, right? We can sell Cambosis versus whoever fucking else, right? Maxie Hughes, no, right? You're not the fancy fighter. Get the fuck out of here, right? That's a fuck you to the fans. That's a fuck you to the fighter. That's fuck you to his trainers, to his family.
That's
You know,
that's just look I put it this way. The biggest robbery there is to the fans.
yeah,
Yes, it's bad for the boxer, but in my opinion, the biggest robbery is to the fans because the fans are the ones that are paying for this, and they're paying for dishonesty.
yeah,
They're paying for people palming other people. That's bullshit.
yeah.
That's
If
bullshit.
if I
And on top of that, it hurts the fighters.
yeah, if I want to hear, if I want to be paid for dishonesty, I'd pay for the fucking news, right? I would legitimately pay for my news, right? I read everything online. I read it for free. I don't pay for fuck all, right? Because like paying for the news is like just giving them, your money for them to lie to you, right? And
I want to.
sometimes boxing's like that too.
What's up, Garcia? How you doing? I want to share something with you. I didn't know if you've seen this story, but I was watching Mark Nash yesterday. All right, and
Okay.
he had a boxer on. He was interviewing a boxer from the Ukraine.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know? This is no lie. You got boxers from the Ukraine that can't even afford training equipment. They
Yeah.
have to share training equipment in a gym. There's boxers that got paid in $25 gas coupons.
Yeah.
They did a 10-round fight. This is no lie. They did a 10-round fight and got paid a $25 gas coupon. And
Yeah.
that boxer didn't even own a car.
Yeah. And
Okay?
I'll tell you too, right? If he would have taken the coupon and he would have went to a gas station, guess what would have happened, right? The government would have took 25% of the fucking tax, right? So no matter which way to do it, EJ, you know it yourself, right? When it comes to money, they'll find a fucking way of screwing you over every single time. It doesn't, right? When
So
it
if the,
when it
so
comes to taxation,
if the corruption is that bad, and that's just pure corruption in the Ukraine. Now, we're talking about that if that event happened 2 or 3 years ago, and
yeah,
it's possibly worse now because of the war. All right. Now, if that kind of corruption can go on over there, could you imagine the amount of dollars that's being exchanged corruptly here in the United States, or generally just in
yeah.
boxing around first world countries? It's unbelievable bullshit. So I
I'll tell you.
understand. I hold on. I understand a lot of people's disdain with the sport of boxing and with the status quo. This is
Yeah,
why I say, at the very least, support the one boxer or the two boxers that you that you look forward to seeing fight. And if they're fighting someone worthwhile, then please, by all means, pay for that fight. I'm
yeah.
not saying go over there and spend all your hard-earned money on every pay-per-view. If you can afford it, then fine. But if you can't, like I can't afford it. I have to
I
pick
can't
and
either.
choose my. I can't.
I,
I got
I,
to pick and choose my.
I ain't gonna lie. I can't afford to buy every boxing event. If I could, I would. Like I'm not. If I could, I legitimately, I would. Buy every boxing event. Like I wouldn't even cross my mind. Right. Just if I went tomorrow and I won the lotto, I'm like, all right, what's the next 10 boxing events? Pop, pop, buy the pay per view, buy. Right. I legitimately would, but I can't afford it, so I do pick and choose what fights you know, I buy. You know, and people might call me a whatever for that. I don't give a shit. It is what it is, right? If it comes to feeding my family or buying a boxing pay per view, I'm feeding my family. Fuck you. Fuck anyone who says anything different. You know.
Exactly. Exactly. But I
Um,
am gonna say this, guys. I enjoyed tonight's fight. I stayed up all night because I forgot that I was supposed to go to bed early. I was planning on go to bed at 9 o'clock, right? So I
yeah,
could wake up at 3 and be ready at 4 to watch the fights. And because I didn't watch all the fights, all the fights that happened in Japan. I just watched. Oh, that's another fight. Let's talk about that Rabisi fight. That Rabisi fight, um,
yeah,
Rabisi did great. Let me get
yeah.
that. Let me get that out there. Rabisi did great, but who
As
did
a
he fight?
as
All right,
opponent,
he was ranked 18th.
yeah,
Rabisi is, I think Rabisi Ramirez is ranked sixth
fourth
or
or fifth,
seventh.
yeah, something like that, yeah.
He's ranked sixth. Why is he fighting a ranked 18 fucking boxer?
Because he's coming off a loss.
But a
No,
rank 18 boxer,
yeah,
really?
yeah. He's doing better than some guys. Like some guys don't even rank. Some guys pick up fighters from some Smarterwits and beat them, or right. That guy was slow. The guy he fought, he was easy to read. I could have read him all night long.
Yeah, he was.
Um,
But
Rabici
Rabisi
did
looked
well.
good. He looked good.
Yeah,
He looked good.
Rabici looked good. He
I
did
can't
well.
really I can't really give him too much credit because of his opponent.
Yeah,
To be
yeah,
completely honest, I can't give him that much credit. He looked good against a ranked 18 fighter.
yeah,
All right. That's all I can say about that fight. He looked good against a much lower ranked fighter.
yeah. How many people now are going to come on? We're going to hear it over the next couple of weeks. We are about stack gloves, right? We're going. EJ, I gotta go soon, right? Because I'm going to pick up my nephew soon.
No, that's all fine. That's fine because I'm going to be shutting it down.
Yeah,
I've got to shut
um,
it down in a couple of minutes and, and,
yeah,
and go around to the different panels myself. But
yeah.
I told everybody that I was going to do an aftermath right after today's box, or this morning's box.
A lot of Americans, I understand where they are right now. Right, they're sleeping. Right.
Yeah, normally my ass would be dead to the
I
world
woke
right
up.
now.
I woke up, EJ. Right. I woke up, and first thing I checked was the time, and I'm like, "Oh, boxing's on." Right, and I put on my laptop. Right, my laptop went for an hour updating. It was updating so I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go on my phone to my laptop, my laptop. So I started my stream up, and it took my literally my laptop, right, 9:30. I put my laptop on around 9:25. Around 10:30, my laptop just went onto the normal screen, right? So it took about an hour for my laptop to update, and I was thinking, you know what, going to probably fucking miss the Inoue fight because of my laptop. But we it was a good stream we run. I fucking
Yeah, we had
enjoyed.
fun.
Yeah,
We had fun just fucking
yeah, you
joking
know,
around with each other, playing weird commercials.
yeah. Man, that Dick and Cider, man,
Yeah.
man, that was right.
You got to make sure you order, Dickens cider.
Yeah,
Dickens cider
Dickens.
is great.
Yeah, it's called Dickens, right? And then
Yeah,
it's cider, right? So it's
yeah,
Dickens
Dickens
cider,
cider.
Dickens cider. But no, we had a laugh. But what a fucking performance! We're going to hear it, right? We know we're going to hear American fans.
Oh God.
If you think they went mental with what's his name, with
With
Tyson
Rugate,
Fury?
yeah. You think they
You
went
think they're
crazy
going to
with
go?
Rugate? They're gonna
These
make it.
people, yeah, these people are going to go alternate crazy on Fulton, on Stack Gloves,
Now,
on Stack Patton.
mind
You know
you,
we're going to hear.
listen, mind you, when they were wrapping Inui's hands up, one of fucking, and they
The,
do this all the
oh,
time. This
I
one
have
of
it on the
practice.
wrong way.
What?
I have it on,
What?
I have it
Say
on the
again?
wrong. Give me a second here. I'll show you where the camera was. That's how the camera was over the top of them. They're wrapping the hand.
Yep.
They're wrapping the hand there, right? The camera's like this here. I bet you're just streaming it to Fulton's dressing room.
Give me a second. Hold on a second.
Right? Imagine the hands being wrapped. This is how the camera was over the top of the hand. So it was your guy standing there, like legitimately. So
Hey, what's up? What's up? Hello?
yo, what up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yo, Mad
a
Chad.
retro gem. Hawking, great show this morning. Great fight. EJ, yesterday on the stream we were hanging out, me, you, and the infamous Mr. P. And if
Oh
we
yeah.
can go back and you got to clip that because you had the right call, he had the wrong call. And I stated to the obvious, one person here, and Carl was with us. Carl had, so we were chuckling about it. But to hit the head right on the nail like that, EJ, shout out to you for getting the 8th round. But that was pretty funny. So when you do see Mr. Pidge around, you can ask him about his prediction.
If it wasn't for the fact that I don't talk to him, but you know what? I might be tempted to ask him. What was your prediction again? Because I got a receipt. Because I am gonna clip it.
Yeah, but
I'm definitely gonna clip it.
he doesn't remember because he's usually was drunk.
And I'll tell you again, man. I'll tell you again. I didn't have Fulton as a top 20, 25 fighter in the world. I knew he was a tough dude. I thought it would be more competitive. I mentioned gun to my head and knew he's gonna, it's gonna be good until he's knocked out. I was pulling for the underdog, but I'll tell you this: Inoue is pound for pound. I rewatched the fight. It's up everywhere. I watched a few minutes of each round. What a display of viciousness, timing, everything. This dude is brilliant. He's tough as nails, and he cracks like a horse. And like I say, Crawford and Spence, they're gonna have to pull off one heck of a performance to pass this kid. Usyk, you're gonna have to outbox Dubois like a. You're gonna have to make him look real silly because he was almost playing with Fulton. This dude's a vicious, highly skilled animal. And he is the legitimate monster. I think there's only one monster in the world of boxing, and I think he might be from Japan. Shout out to Inoue. Shout out to Japan. I mean, honest to God, what a display of skill. Pound for pound, I think he's got a... I had him number 2 or 3 on my list prior to the fight. But after that display, that beatdown, that pure, I'm the big fish, even though I'm the smaller man, that just, I mean, you can't be a boxing fan and walk away from this fight doubting Monster Inoue because he's 100% legit. And that dude is a breath of fresh air for all boxing fans.
Most definitely.
He's so cold as well. He's so cold, calm, and calculated. Right.
Yeah, I think they should call him Inoue the Iceman because he was cold.
Yeah.
He was cold, man. No,
but that right hand, the one that, you know, it didn't finish it, right? But the one that put Fulton down the first time, that came out of no, right? Oh. They were comfortable. They were looking at each other, and Inoue just flips the script, right? He just switches, right, to monster mode. He just switches to,
fast. Those shots get there so quick, and when you turn it up, you hear the difference in the sounding of the punches. He hit him with a couple body shots. Fulton, hey, the kid can take a punch because he took a few prior to that. I mean,
you can see his hands dropping. And you can see his hands dropping. We were saying this, right? His hands were dropping in the 7th and 8th round, right? Because he was trying to protect his body, and that just opened up the door for Inoue to land headshots, right? And when he threw that one, both guys were comfortable. They were in the middle of the ring. They were looking at each other. Fulton was trying to make his thing to attack, and Fulton was trying to make his, trying to figure out how to attack. And Inoue just gets in there first, and he just turns his wrists, his hips, and he puts his fist right through Fulton's chin. You know, he puts it right through.
No need for a rematch here, Hawkins. No need for a rematch.
it was a beautiful shot. You know, and like I said it in the stream, it's a thing of beauty.
He outclassed a man from a bigger division, a champion, a unified champion. He outclassed him. It's like wow.
Like. And this was always a possibility for me, right? I thought Inoue would outclass him. My thing was, would his power carry up? These were my two concerns, and Fulton's chin were the reason why I thought the fight would go later, right? Or maybe even go the distance. So, and tell you the truth, right? I thought Fulton would look better when it came to foot movement. I thought, he'd be quicker with the foot movement in the fight. But Inoue just timed him. Inoue just timed them all night long. Just timed them.
I'm gonna be completely honest. Fulton's foot movement wasn't bad. That's the thing. It wasn't bad. What Inoue did though was just before he snapped it out, he put his foot on the inside every fucking time.
Yeah, absolutely.
He never went towards Fulton's power hand.
Yeah,
he
and
never went towards Fulton's power hand, and
you can see too, right? When Fulton's throwing, punches, he's throwing on the outside. He's throwing on the outside, right? He's trying to throw a distance so he doesn't get countered. And he's stepping on the inside, stepping into hurt, stepping into close the distance as quickly as possible. Step out. See that. It was beautiful to watch. It's a beautiful way to control boxing and how to control a boxer, right? And like I would have said to Fulton, close the distance as quickly as you can, right? Don't give him time to set, because if you give this guy time to set, if you give him any type of room, he's going to outbox you. This is after the second round. I was told him that.
Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, please hit the like
Absolutely.
button. Yeah, I'll be on here for as long as I keep people up here, but after that I'll probably shut it down as soon as it gets nobody's up here with me. But I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but
say this.
I got to
I
go,
know
EJ.
I know you gotta go. I know you gotta go, Brian, but
I did pick up my nephew now.
I want to thank you for being up here, but I also got to say, I got to thank Mad Chad for his panel earlier today, because I got up on his panel. We talked about it. He gave me the opportunity to give my chance of saying how I thought tonight's fight or this morning's fight was going to go. So Mad Chad, thank you for that opportunity.
We
And
got
thank
it documented. Jed has receipts. I'll keep it up, Jed, for a while. You know what I mean? Clip that little piece of you there, because
Yeah.
it is there for the historians to look back on and say, wow, EJ got one right.
That's right. I did get one right at least.
But perfectly. You got 12 rounds to decipher from. You know what I mean? That was just a good pick, EJ, to have it right on the nail.
The only thing that I didn't get absolutely right is I knew that he was gonna, because I remember saying he's gonna work that body until the hands come down.
He did.
I thought for sure that it was gonna be a body
A
shot.
body shot.
That's what I said. I thought it was gonna be
But the body shot set it all up, EJ, though.
Yes.
It really was that
Yes,
body
it
work.
did.
Like Haken was mentioning it during the stream. His hands are coming down. And when I rewatched it, you could see those thud and body shots. He hit him one, and he actually pointed to his, like you could see Fulton was under duress. Like those body shots were hurting. They were hurting. That was a major factor of what happened there.
Yep. Yeah. I knew he just disguises his punches so well. You know, there was a point right where he, I think it was like the fourth round, where he went to throw a shot to the body, right? Fulton drops his hand on the last second, right up. Caught
Is
him.
he a finisher? Haken, is this dude a finisher? I mean, when he
100%.
knocked him down the first time, he was standing on the ropes for a victory. He double backs over his shoulder. He sees Fulton getting killed up, and now he turns into that raging bull type character. I mean, when you're talking about a fighter hurt, there's nobody that finishes the job quite like the monster Inoue. OMG.
100
killer.
We saw what happened.
Killer.
Here we saw what happened with Deontay Wilder when he knocked out Tyson Fury, right? Right, and the 12th round in the first fight.
Yeah.
Right. Like he was celebrating. He was happy, and then suddenly it came to the point Fury got up, and then he had to finish him. Right, and it was like, no, you got more work to do. So mentally, he was out of the fight. Fury actually came back and won the rest of that round.
But you watch Monster hop up on the ropes when he knocks him down the first time.
That's what I'm saying. That's the difference.
Oh yeah,
that's the difference.
He looked over his shoulder. That's what I'm saying. How tough this Fulton is. Monster thought he was fucking done. Monster's like, but then he went right back to kill mode. He was right back into kill mode, and Fulton didn't stand a chance. I'm surprised they didn't throw in the fucking the towel there, because you could see this dude was not gonna end up well. You could see the inevitable.
I gotta go, EJ. I gotta go.
Haken, have a great day, Brian.
Mad Chad, EJ, have a good one, guys. And
Thanks
peace.
for the stream today, Haken. Thank you, brother.
No worries. It's my pleasure. My absolute pleasure.
All right, later, brother. But yeah, that was a windmill of fists that came at Fulton after he got back up. There was no way. There was no way he could get out of that. There was too much time left on that round.
And Fulton doesn't have that power pop to keep him off him. It was just over. It's like Fulton ain't gonna pull a fucking knockout punch out of his ass. It was just over. Especially when he was down on the points going into the 7th, 8th round. It was over. Because he ain't knocking this kid out. He lasted, come on. That was the big thing. We knew that Fulton wasn't gonna knock him out. Unless you were Mr. P.
No.
Unless Mr. P.
Actually, didn't Mr. P predict that Fulton would knock out Inoue? That's what he said. I
Enough
remember him
said.
saying,
Yeah, that was a fact.
yeah, he said that Fulton was going to knock out
Yep.
Inoue. What round did he say was going to be?
Eighth.
11.
Eighth round.
Eighth round. Oh, yeah, he said eighth round. Oh,
And
man.
he's got Spence knocking out Crawford in the 7th.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Let's see
He
what
had his
happens
last
there.
17 picks in a row. So, now he's on a 1-game losing streak. And like I say, there's no one hotter in the YTBC picking a fight in a round than Mr. Electro Jed. Bam, wham, thank you, ma'am. I mean, you just hit that right on the head. Like you say, you were talking the body punch being the ending of it. If it could have inevitably been a body punch, but, you were right on with the round and how he was going to do it. And, just shout out to you, EJ. I got these stops going, but thanks again, brother, for always having the show, promoting the boxing, and keeping it right down the middle, brother. Love you guys, everybody in the chat, Hawk and the whole gang. I'll talk to you later on, EJ, brother.
All right, brother. I will talk to you later, man. And God bless you too. And drive safe. Drive safe, Chad. I understand there's a lot of assholes out there, but you be careful. Don't let them get to you. Don't let them get to you. Shane Watts, what's up here? Shane says, Andre says, great performance by Inoue. Class act. Yes, he was. Shane Watts says, I've been calling him the pound for pound #1 for the last 2 years. I'm confident now he could go up to 126 and do the same thing. I want him to clean house. I want him to be undisputed. I think, and I'm pretty sure he can do it. I think, he has 2 belts now, right? So why not? And why not go for the other 2 belts? I'm thinking he can do it. I have him in my top 5 pound for pound. And if he gets another belt at this weight class, he'll be in my top 3. So yeah, man, I have a weird pound for pound list, so you gotta excuse that. Iceman got Inoue #1. Yep, #1. That's right. Inoue pulled it. He pulled it out. All right, guys, I'm gonna call this here. I'm at an hour 7 minutes. I want to thank Brian Harkin. I want to thank Mad Chad. I'm gonna go and make the rounds because I got some shit to talk. I got some shit to talk. Peace out, everybody. God bless. Thank you for hanging out, and I'll see you around. I'm going to go to Black and Browns right now, so meet me over there. I'll see you guys there.